First fish I've ever caught on a Mojo rig, or a split shot rig, however you want to say it. It's basically like a super finesse Carolina rig. Little chunker on the fall pattern. Got a little split shot up here, probably about 20 inches above my my extra wide gap hook, and a swimming fluke, just a regular size fluke, but it's in pearl, I think, and it's the swimming one. It's kind of like a swim bait, working it like a Carolina rig, just slow dragging it, then letting it fall. Slow dragging it, letting it fall. Looks super realistic in the water, and these fall fish are definitely key in on bait fish this time of year, so that's what I'm imitating, just a super natural way of presenting it, and pretty slow because it's pretty cold. It's cold front blew in yesterday, and just fishing the pond. There's a creek channel that runs through here. Caught that fish in the creek channel, and fun way to fish in the fall. Mojo rig, you should check it out. I haven't done it very much. This is probably my second time ever even tying it, but I figured it's a good finesse presentation on how to present a bait fish lure, and this fluke is a great way to imitate those shad. I'm not sure if they're shad in this pond, but I was catching them on a swim bait yesterday in a shad colored pattern, so figured why not try it in a Mojo rig. So hopefully I catch some more. Yeah, first fish on the double Whopper Plopper. I put a Strike King Menace grub on the as the trailer on this thing, just to give it some more action under the water. Little chunk. Decided to go complete two opposite ends of the spectrum here and fish a Mojo rig and then fish this double Whopper Plopper. I've been dying to try this thing out. That's my first fish on it too, so that's pretty cool. That's a freaking crappie for you right there. Crappie on a Mojo rig. Ate a whole entire fluke. I'm going to kill the crappie tomorrow. My lord, look at that. Think that crappie wanted that? Freaking slab. There it is. Well, that's a largie. Back-to-back flips on that same little stump. There he is. Little one. Freaking tiny on the double plopper. Jeez. Aggressive little dude. Hey guys, what is going on? Hope you enjoyed just a little bit of footage of me throwing the Mojo Rig. You know, this was just some footage I had extra. I didn't have enough to make a true like super long video or in-depth video. But I got back to my house and I wanted to kind of go over what a split shot rig, or other words called a Mojo Rig. Some guys call it a Mojo Rig, some guys call it a split shot rig. Basically what it is just a finesse Carolina rig. You know, when you're fishing real deep water and stuff, people are going to be throwing those big brass weights. Like I do, I throw tungsten weights just to get it down there. You have bottom contact a lot better, and you can feel more of what you're trying to fish. But if you're not necessarily trying to feel the structure you're trying to fish, but give that same kind of presentation, then a split shot rig is a great way to fish. It's more of a finesse way to fish because you're fishing lighter weights and stuff like that. You're using a split shot rather than a like a sliding bullet weight or a big egg sinker or something like that. So I have the business end of the Mojo Rig right here. I'm just going to kind of go in depth of exactly what I have tied up and then kind of give you some tweaks that you can do on your own to tie your own split shot rig, and basically how to fish it, or not really how to fish it, but how to tie it so then you can fish it on your own and kind of figure out your own ways. Because I haven't fished it much, so I don't want to give too much, but I want to show y'all exactly how I tied mine up. So obviously from your main line, I'd use between 8 and 12 pound fluorocarbon for this technique. Again, you're using this for some really finicky fish or smaller pond fish or crappie maybe, just depending on where exactly you're going to fish. But here's the split shot. This one I think is a 1/8 ounce, or in between a 1/16 and 1/8, in between there. The lightest I would go, I mean, you can go however light you want. I'd say 1/32, you're kind of defeating the purpose of a weight. So 1/32 and 1/8. Once you go above 1/8, you might as well just fish a true Carolina rig, and I would fish a tungsten weight. At the 1/8 and bigger, the next one probably up is about a quarter. So I wouldn't really see the point in getting a 1/4 ounce split shot rig, because you're kind of defeating the purpose again of the whole finesse presentation. So in between 1/8 and 1/32, I would keep your split shot in between there. If you want to go 2 light ones, you could put like 2 1/32 on, and again, they're so small they won't have a big presentation, so that would be fine. Leader distance obviously depends on the time of year, how the fish are acting. I would start off with a long one, and then you can shorten it down, or vice versa. Start off short. If you're not getting bit, start moving it up, because again, when this has bottom contact, this is going to be up in the water. So this is on the bottom, and this is up in the air. So the shorter you go, the closer it is to the bottom. So if those fish are real tight against the bottom, like wintertime and stuff, you shorten it up. And if they're in the fall and stuff like that, you think they're just off, like pushed off the bottom a couple feet, then just move your split shot weight up a little bit, and that bait will be able to reach them as they're feeding down there. For the baits, any kind of swim baits, you know, I have this one is like a 5-inch swimming fluke. This works great. If you're getting a lot of bites and not producing a lot of fish, then you could downsize to like a 3.5 to 4-inch swim bait. Let me grab one really quick right here and show you kind of a comparison. Okay, this one is a Reaction Innovations Little Dipper. Yeah, it's a Little Dipper. There's the comparison right there. So if you're not producing a lot of fish, you can downsize and fish one of these smaller swim baits, and then obviously you would downsize your hook as well. But for this big swimming fluke, I'm using an extra wide gap. I think it's a 4/0. It's either a 4 or 5/0. Just an extra wide gap hook on there. And for this one, I sized down to like a 2 or a 3. And since this one's so skinny, you probably could get away with the worm hook. I'm using this extra wide gap because these flukes are kind of big and they have that cavity in there. So as they push down, the bass bites down. They have a lot of you have a lot of hook space to get that hook penetrated. But using these smaller swim baits and stuff, you could easily get away with just using like a straight shank worm hook. Anyway, so guys, here is my my tips on tying a Mojo rig or split shot rig, however you want to call it. Hope you enjoyed this footage, and also some double Whopper Plopper fish in there as well. Just wanted to throw that in there just for some extra fish catches. But stay tuned to my channel, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you learned something on how to tie this Mojo rig, or learned something or have any kind of questions about it, make sure to drop a comment down below. There's plenty of other videos. I know Bass Resource, I think Fluke Master has a video on the Mojo rig as well, so make sure to go check his out because he obviously knows a lot more than I do. I just wanted to try it out and do a little video, and for those of you who are watching, I hope you learned something about this. And anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you learned something. Subscribe to my channel if you already aren't, and we'll catch y'all next time.